What up, y'all? Tim Z here, back at it again, like you can always expect. And today I want to talk about Seiko mod watches, right? What is a Seiko mod watch? Why are they popular? Things like that, right? So, Seiko mod watch, if you're on Instagram, you're on eBay, you're on Etsy, or anywhere really, you're gonna see people selling these things that in the title they're calling it Seiko mod watch, Seiko custom watch, whatever, right? Now, Seiko mod watch, right? You would think, oh, it's a Seiko watch someone bought from the store, bought it online, and then they added parts to it, right? Yes, there's some watches out there that are like that. They bought the parts to add onto an authentic, original Seiko watch, right? And then, most of them for sale online are not that. Most of them are watches that were built with aftermarket parts using the Seiko NH35 movement, right? The movement is what powers and keeps the time in the watch, okay? And most of the time, that's what you're getting. You're getting an aftermarket case, bracelet, aftermarket crystal, aftermarket dial with the Seiko branding on it. You're also getting aftermarket hands. Everything is aftermarket except the movement is manufactured by Seiko, but they just sell it, and people can use it for whatever they want, right? They can use it for repairs if they want to do a movement exchange, or they can use it to make watches. Other brands use the NH35 for their watches. A lot of the low end brands, they're using mechanical movements. A lot of times they're using the NH35, which is a very solid workhorse movement, right? It's better than a lot of other garbage movements. A lot of them might come out of China. A lot of those things. The finishing is horrible on it. NH35 is a very solid movement for the price, and it can be regulated to be a very accurate timekeeper. Now, back to Seiko mod watches. All right, so yes, most of the Seiko mod watches out there are using aftermarket cases. A lot of the cases are homages of actual like other watches. For example, this one is looks like a Submariner case, right? Rolex Submariner case, bezel, everything here. The bracelet is even Rolex style, right? Everything, the oyster bracelet. It's got the glide lock too on the clasp. It's like a Rolex, right? Even the dial and the hands, crystal, it looks like a Submariner. Okay. And that's what a lot of the mod watches use, okay? This is not a style that Seiko ever done, like this exact style. They never use this bracelet, all right? And this is all bought aftermarket. So basically, this dial is not a clone. It's not aftermarket. I mean, it is kind of aftermarket, but this dial is actually more on the fake side, to be honest, because they use the Seiko branding on a dial that's not made by Seiko or for Seiko. Okay, and Seiko makes their own parts. They're all in house, right? So this is an example of an authentic original Seiko watch. This is the SNE 573, right? There's going to be serial number and everything on it. And guys, just because you see a serial number on the back and Seiko doesn't mean it's authentic still, all right? Don't be fooled. That's one thing you should see, but it's not, doesn't mean that just because you see it means it's real. All right, they have fake case backs, and sometimes it could be a real watch or a fake movement in it, all kinds of combinations. Now, Seiko mod watch. This one, basically is a Submariner homage, like the Kermit Submariner with the green bezel. They called it Kermit. There's another one called Starbucks. Nicknames for it, really. And yeah, so Seiko Mod Watch, technically not original. All right, it's not original. If some of y'all like to call it original, you know, I feel like that's a term that a lot of the watch dealers are using on YouTube, and that's why everyone is using that phrase. But it's not genuine. It's not authentic. Okay. Now, yeah, you can wear it. It looks nice, and it's gonna keep good time as long as it came out of the factory like that, or whoever assembled your watch is capable of regulating it with their time grapher, right? And the reason why most of them are using aftermarket parts instead of actual Seiko OEM watches is because the cost of a Seiko OEM watch is too high for them to make a profit. For example, if you're going to buy a Seiko SKX 007, which now is skyrocketed in price, probably around 600 and up even, no one's going to buy that watch, take off the OEM bezel, the genuine bezel, and slap on a fake bezel on that watch anymore and sell it for a profit. It's just not feasible, and that's why they don't do it. Whereas on this, the case, bracelet, and everything, depending on, some of these people are buying it in bulk and they're getting it for cheap. But technically, these watches go for, if you buy all the parts separately, dang it, interrupted. Yeah, all the parts together should cost around $100, and that's without the labor and everything involved, okay? Now, it doesn't take too much time to make it. If you're good at this, 30 minutes to assemble one of these, The cases come pre-assembled. You just need to slap on the hands, the movement onto the movement, the hands and dial onto the movement, fit it into the case, cut the stem so it seats properly, and it's not too long, not too short. If it's too long, you might snap the stem when you're winding it. Do not wind the watch or set the time while it's on the wrist, guys. You need it to be balanced. You need to be holding it like this. All right. What else? Seiko, I wouldn't personally mod an authentic Seiko watch. To me, that's not worth it. It's basically making your real authentic Seiko into a Franken watch. You're putting fake parts or aftermarket parts onto your real Seiko. And if you try to send that into a service center, like Seiko service center, you're going to have issues. And I wouldn't do that. Yeah. People like to do that with Rolexes. They put fake stuff on it, and you know what? They're not going to work on it. All right, unless you probably purchased all the parts to make it back to original specs and original parts. Okay, what else? Not sure there's too much else to this topic. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything about this. All right. Seiko mod watches, you can get all types of cases that fit the NH35 movement, all right, because so many brands are using it. So these factories are building a bunch of cases that take that movement, and they're probably, some of them might be buying it from the factory, using the same cases, same whatever hands. We don't know what's going on here. There's too many little brands out there, and yeah. Seiko right now, Seiko mod watches like these, they're kind of dying down a little bit. I feel like there's too much saturation, like everyone's doing it, and now there's tons of them for sale. Everyone's just doing it out there. There's tons of options to purchase from, but I still see a lot of makers, a lot of guys putting these together, or they're not putting it together. I don't know. They are selling it still for $300, $400, whatever. GMT, what is it called? NH34 GMT, which is made by Seiko also, but it has a GMT hand, and they're selling that too. Honestly, the GMT movement doesn't cost that much more than the regular time only NH35 base movement, but they're charging a lot more for the watch. Yeah. To me, right now, everything is getting harder to sell. Knives, watches, gear, everything. Everything. The market right now is tough. And to sell stuff now, everything got to be priced really low. It's just not happening right now. You're not selling stuff easily like in the past. You know, knives that were once hot are cold now, like the Arius. What else? Man, maybe the Roosevelt Oz is cold now too. Everything's cold, right? A watch that a watch or a knife used to sell for 300. Now it's like, oh, you can't even let it go unless you price it for 200. It's that bad right now. No one wants to let go of their cash. They're all trying to trade now. So if you want cash for your gear, you're gonna need to sell it for a loss. You need to sell it for a really low price to make people bite on it. And yeah, that's how it is right now. Anyways, guys, if you like this topic, give me a like, follow on Instagram, TimZUSA, subscribe to this channel. Let me know down in the comments what you want to know about this or any other videos you'd like. Yeah, I just wanted to share share with you guys what Seiko mod watches are, because that is a question that people usually have. They're like, what was done to the watch? What is a Seiko mod watch? Is it original? Is it authentic? Whatever all that question is, all right? Yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, Tim Z out.